Welcome back to another Code Will pod. I am one of your hosts, Cody Ryan. I'm joined by William Rommel. What's up, Will?
What is going on, guys? Glad to be back. Just saw Code last week, so if you guys saw that,
Yes.
But now we're back virtually, pandemic
Yes.
style.
Pandemic style. We are back with our default settings. Hold up, let me change my chair real quick.
Got you.
Change my chair because that one's too squeaky. Oh, yeah.
Always got the folding chair.
Dude, I keep this in my room just for the podcast. All right. There we go. But yeah, we just saw each other. That was kind of cool. But now we thought that we would know exactly who the president was when we released our podcast, but
Yeah,
now we do.
didn't.
So
Hopefully.
congratulations to, yeah, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully there's not like this huge court decision, but I mean,
It's also not a political statement.
That.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
hopefully democracy stays intact.
Yeah. Hopefully whoever was voted for, is a president. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes. But we'll just start early. How was your week?
It was pretty good. So, I mean, we're recording this relatively early compared to, I guess it's only a day earlier, but Tuesday feels so much earlier in the week than Wednesday. Normally we record on Wednesdays, but we are popping it off on a Tuesday today.
Yep.
So, last night, I watched some football this weekend. I watched Notre Dame knock off number 1 Clemson on Saturday, which had me hype. But then Sunday was a football day. Last night was a football night. I can't decide if I'm happy or not, whether the Patriots won. So I guess that's kind of how big football.
Yeah. Personally, seeing Nick Folk kick a football is always scary to me. But I would rather see the Pats just rattle off a bunch of wins because they have cap space. They'll draft well no matter where they draft, and they'll be fine. I just want to see some good football. That's all that I really care about. So
yeah.
But yeah, continue.
If they lost last night, I was fully in on going 2-14. Like, if they lost to the Jets last night, I was fully about trying to get one of the top 2 picks.
Oh, I'm totally on board with that.
Yeah. But they won, so we'll see. They'll take on the Ravens next week. Sorry for people who don't care about sports. I do. We do. So we can talk about it for a couple minutes if we want to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's our podcast, not yours. But
yeah,
regardless, this is called Code Will, not whatever your name is. Yeah, exactly. So outside of that, I haven't really done that much. Oh, actually, Derek and I were mate yesterday. Well, Saturday we went on a hike. Still feeling that. I won't lie.
That's tight.
But it was cool. It's like there's Mount Holyoke is near here, and we got to the summit, and you can see Hartford from the top of the mountain, which, like, when you really think about it, I'm in Amherst. Hartford's like an hour away. Yeah. So that was quite some distance. But, yeah, you could see Hartford. That was fun. And then yesterday, him and I also took a trip to this farm that is, we're outside of UMass in Amherst. Western Mass is very much so farm country.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, there's a Walmart here, and when you step out into the parking lot, it smells like a farm because there's just farms surrounding the Walmart. But what's up?
I meant to mention to you, when I left your place on, I don't remember what day I left.
Wednesday.
When I left Wednesday, I was driving. I took the back way home because if we're going to be honest here, going on the highways for losers, we go back roads all the way, baby. So I had to pull over because I had issues with my vehicle. Like all of a sudden, dude, my traction control and like a bunch of other lights started turning on. I was like, oh, that's not good. And
we're twinning.
Yeah, right. So I didn't have have any service. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna drive at this point because I can't reach out to anyone. And then like 10 minutes later, it ended up going away. But let me tell you, if you ever have the chance to drive from, just Western Mass all the way to New Hampshire, I went through Keene and all that. Oh my God, it was gorgeous.
Yeah, it is a nice drive.
Yeah. So.
And so,
not enough.
we went to this farm, and so we got ice cream. It's like they have an ice cream stand, like a dairy stand and all that stuff, like milk, butter, all that shit.
Yeah,
And they're mad cows. I sent you guys a video of a cow just licking the ground, and we just went and ate our ice cream and said hello to the cows. It was delicious ice cream, actually. I got a
that's
Cookie
awesome.
Monster, which is just vanilla ice cream dyed blue with Oreos and cookie dough. It was good.
Oh, Oreos and cookie dough sounds gas. I love when there's those little bits of cookie dough in there.
Yeah.
It's undefeated.
So that's pretty much what I did this week. Shoot at me. Tell me. Talk to me.
So,
Talk to the people.
okay. So like this week was weird because like on the one hand, like it was nice because, like I mean, because all the election stress is kind of gone and all that
Right.
stuff, right? Like that, like the 24-hour coverage of like, oh, who's gonna take this state, who's gonna that, blah blah, is all gone. Um, but like I did not. I had a couple days where I was just like really down in the dumps. But I mean, I went and saw my mom a couple days. So we hung out a bunch, which was really nice. I spent hours on like a couple drawings that I made that I think turned out really well. Um, and oh, I booked a flight. I booked a flight
Oh,
for
sweet.
Australia. Yeah, I did that this
When?
morning. So here I did that this morning. So it is it's scheduled for December 22nd, and I'm going to be spending Christmas in quarantine.
Epic.
So yeah, it's it is what it is. So basically, so here's the thing. I was looking for flights on Google Flights. If you don't use Google Flights, you should, because it's fantastic. The interface is awesome and it's super simple. And you can compare like the lowest price within like a whole month instead of having to go click each individual day, which is really
Mm-hmm.
nice. But so I found these flights that were like they're like $4,000, which is a lot of money. And typically
Yeah.
a one-way ticket to Australia like is anywhere between 1,200 and 700 depending on when you buy. But it's Corona season, so it's $4,000. So and not to
Capitalism.
mention, yeah, and not to mention like the holidays coming up and all that stuff. So um I saw that they were so I noticed that next week after next Tuesday, they were jumping from 4,000 up to like 11, 12,000 for a flight to.
Holy shit, dude. Just fucking swim at that point.
Yeah. Swim in debt is what you do at that point.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, logically, I don't want to wait until the mid-January when it's going to be reasonably priced. So I have to buy this now. So what I did was I called my dad and I was like, hey, look, this is a thing. And he goes, okay, well, that might be a good option, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I have to get a COVID test anyway. So I went and I got a COVID test so I can think about it while I went. I called my mom and I was like, okay, I'll just hold off on these flights until like later tonight, and I'll decide tonight whether I want to leave next week or not. And then I got home and I sat down and I refreshed the page, and they were all of a sudden $9,000 for next week. So I was like, damn, I wouldn't just spend like, I don't know how much I'm going to have to spend for the COVID test, but I mean, at least I'll know if I have COVID or not. So that's something.
That'd be
Um,
beneficial to me too, seeing as I just saw
yeah,
you.
exactly. So, yeah, exactly. So, that happened. And then I was kind of like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm screwed for like
Yeah.
2 more months. And I was like really down in the dumps about it. And then this morning, and then I was like, okay, I pretty much resolved to, I'm going to just check every day to see when flight, like things change,
Right.
and so like stay diligent with it and not let it like beat me down. So I woke up this morning and I was like just going on all this stuff, and then my dad texted me. He said he found one for $4,000 for December 22nd. And I was like, all right, I'm on top of it. So I went and I bought it. But then I got like more texts. I'm in this group called Aussies in America. And it's because my dad's in it. It's like the silliest Facebook group ever, but it's a thing. So I'm in that group, and then my dad messaged them, and he was like, hey guys, like, are there any like cheaper flights out there that you guys have found? Like, how do you do it? And just in case, because like there's a 24-hour grace period where I could get like a refund.
Mm-hmm.
So then they were like, oh, do this, that. And I followed their advice, like you to like incognito browsers, and you do all this, like all these other sites and stuff. So and my decisions are limited between American Airlines, United, and Delta, because those are the only three that are reliably landing, because Qatar keeps canceling flights, and so does Air Canada. Air Canada is actually not even flying out there until next year, which they were going to fly me out there originally twice. So so that, yeah, they're not trustworthy. So then I was like, okay, well, I called the place that I booked the ticket from. I was like, hey, are there any cheaper flights that I can switch to? And he was like, oh yeah, I have one here for $2,200. And I was like, oh sweet, I'll take it. Like, and he said there's a 23-hour layover in LA. I was like, I'll still take it. Like, I was like, when will my refund for like $1,800 come? When will that money come into my account? And he goes, oh no, that's a $2,200 charge additionally. And I was like, you slimy fuck, you little weasel, you were about to make me drop multiple grand.
Is there a cheaper option? Oh yes, I have one here. It's more expensive.
Yeah, who does that? Who says that to a person? So yeah,
I respect his hustle, but
right, yeah. Like, so we found a cheaper one, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for that one, but then found that I would not be able to get a refund for my flight soon enough so that I could purchase it with my credit card, and I'd have to do a bunch of finagling with credit cards and like buying at different places.
how much cheaper was the?
It was $3,100, 32 with fees. So I'd be saving $800, but also I'd have to wait 18 weeks or so for the refund.
Gotcha.
And I kind of want that money available to me. So
yeah, that's quite some time. That's about 4 months.
Yeah, for the sake of having certainty, I was like, fuck it, I'll just spend the $4,000 and I'll eat it. I will only request money for my birthday, and maybe that'll alleviate a couple $100, and there we go.
Yeah.
So I'm on my way now, and we'll see how that goes. I'm probably gonna catch up on a lot of Christmas movies that I haven't seen in a while while I'm sitting there in quarantine. Because if you don't know, Australia mandates that you quarantine for 2 weeks upon entry, so that like if you contract COVID when you're flying, then you still pose no risk, sort of thing. So yeah.
Yes, as it should be, but
yeah. So so that's stressful, but I mean, hey, I've got
you're through it,
moving in a direction, and that's good. That is the most important part. So
we are moving in the right direction.
Dude. Have you ever had like have you flown?
Nope.
No? Oh, that's right. I remember we've talked about that. I know, like in my, like, I've basically only ever traveled to Australia at this point, which is such a weird, like, I don't think
what an odd place to
that. Yeah. And like several times. I mean, I've been to Canada, but I drove. So I had this guy once that sat next to me, and he was like this European guy, and he was like insanely sick. He was like, he somehow acquired 3 different boxes of tissues on a 14-hour flight.
That's insane.
And went through all of them.
I thought you were going to be like, he was insanely sick. He was wearing glasses and he was wearing a leather jacket and he was cool as
No,
fuck.
no, I wish. Like, so he would go between sneezing fits and then like him like curled up into a ball in his seat, and I just have to sit next to the fucking dude for 14 hours. And it was on a
God.
Fiji Airways flight, and honestly, Fiji Airways is kind of nice. They're very lovely people. Gave me plenty of alcohol, which was really nice.
I remember you had a
Um,
layover in Fiji, right?
it was so, dude. It was so
Yeah,
tight.
I remember.
Like
I
landing
remember
there
that.
was so cool because I landed at like sunrise, but also there's not. If in case you couldn't tell, there's not a lot to do in the Fiji airport. there's
Yeah.
it's like one like circular room, and then all around are just like places that the gates. It's just a room and
Yeah.
gates. That's it. And then like duty free shopping and stuff. Um, so yeah, I was next to that guy, and he went between these insane like fits of illness, and then when they brought us food, he requested the vegetable option instead of the chicken option, and I quote, because they poisoned the chicken,
Yeah.
and that's how they control everybody. Fun fact, just so you know.
Um, you didn't know that?
Yeah,
You,
you weren't aware.
yeah, dude, come on. That's everyone knows that. That's
Yeah,
why
true.
no one eats chicken.
No one eats chicken and rice, man. That's how they get everybody with the mind control.
Yeah, the
And they
chicken
wouldn't.
industry is on the down low because everyone found out they poisoned chicken.
And you know what? Good for him is they haven't thought to put it in vegetables yet.
Nope, they only do chicken, which is odd.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
so yeah, if you want to avoid being poisoned by the higher ups of the world,
yeah.
eat vegetables, kids.
Dude, vegans got it right. Vegans are really the are really the woke ones.
Like
Everybody
truly,
needs
like
some. Yeah,
we make fun of them for being fake woke, but like
yeah.
really, I, I think they're the real woke ones.
Yeah. I,
They can dance on my
knowing
grave though.
him.
I don't give a fuck. I'll eat chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay. The thing is, like, vegan, vegetarian, like, people that are for like the ethical treatment of animals, especially in like slaughterhouses and things like that, are right. They're correct. It's
Yeah,
horrific. But also, it isn't really an option for a lot of people to not eat those things because they're like the cheapest things and the most nutritionally dense things that are available,
and they're tasty.
and yeah, they're delicious. Like,
You know, PETA blocks me on Twitter.
yeah, because I think you've had some exchanges with vegans on Twitter, right? Or no, you
Yeah,
had
I
that tweet, you
have.
quote tweeted them, I think, right?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I though I have had an exchange with a vegan on Twitter. That did happen.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Not just me, but me and some of the boys, which I'm sure to anyone listening to that assumes it was just some toxic group of guys just bullying someone for being vegan, which wasn't the case. But
Yeah.
that's what it sounds like, and I understand that. But
Oh yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah, PETA blocks me because this like automated thing where if you tweeted a certain like hashtag at them, it would automatically reply.
That's awesome.
So yeah, hold up, I'll find it.
Which by the way, you should never build a bot to automatically reply to people who tweet a hashtag on Twitter. That is just ripe for you getting fucked over every time.
Okay, can you do me a favor? Actually, you know what? I
Yeah,
found it.
absolutely.
I was gonna ask you to go and look at their reply because they blocked me, but I have it
Oh
screenshotted,
yeah.
so we're good.
Let's go.
I tweeted, "Crazy that at PETA supports the KKK. I will never hashtag donate to them." And PETA and PETA
Holy
replied.
shit.
PETA replied and said, "Thanks for your support. Complete your donation now." So, it
That's
was definitely
gold, dude.
when you like put at PETA and hashtag donate in the same tweet, they had like a bot that responded.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
So PETA blocks me on Twitter because of that. I've got some
That's
crazy
awesome.
blocks on Twitter.
Who blocks you on Twitter?
David Price blocks me.
Yeah, David Price blocks a lot of people on Twitter.
Malcolm Butler. That I don't know why. I've never
He's a
tweeted
god
about
for that.
Malcolm Butler. I have no idea. And then so does Terrell
Who-
Suggs.
Terrell, why did you tweet at Terrell Suggs though?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you tweet at Terrell Suggs? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was when I don't remember what Patriots season it was, but Terrell Suggs like refused to say Brady's name. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Patriots kicked the shit out of them. And I tweeted, I was like, "Do you know his name now?" And then
That's good.
And then he blocked me. So yeah, I am blocked by those 4 people / organizations, to my knowledge, at least notable people.
Oh yeah. The one that's always got me is I'm blocked by Bleacher Report, which if you guys
House of Highlights.
House of Highlights, sorry. House of Highlights.
Which is a Bleacher Report sub.
Yeah, So House of Highlights is just a place for sports highlights, whatever. It's honestly kind of one of the best pages for that stuff. But I was drunk one night, and the way that they run their social kind of annoys me. Where they go overboard with emojis. I'm gonna be real. They go crazy with the emojis. So I like DM'd them because their DMs are open for video submissions, I'd assume. And I was like, I'm not gonna find it. I said, hey, I love what you guys do with the page, but the emojis are too much. And then they replied and they said, oh, okay, I'll make sure that you never see an emoji from us ever again. And then they blocked me immediately.
Are you serious? You never told me that.
Yeah,
you never told us.
Because because I didn't know, because I couldn't see the message for the longest time, or I saw it when I was blacked out and forgot.
Right.
And then a couple months back, I went and I checked to see if I had any. I was looking at my old DMs.
Yeah.
And I saw one. Yeah, I saw one with House of Highlights, and I was like, oh no. So I've pretty much reconstructed the story in my head because I knew I didn't like the way they used emojis, and I was like, damn. Yeah, so
that's nuts.
So I have that change. Yeah, no. So they blocked me because I criticized their emoji usage.
Wow. Well, that stinks too, because we send a decent amount of stuff from that into the group chat.
Oh my God. So once a day, there will be a House of Highlights thing sent into our group chat on Instagram, and I can't see any of them, and I just have to kind of reconcile with that. I can't ask them to screenshot them or screen record them every time.
Yeah.
So once a day there's post
is unavailable.
Post is unavailable. Yeah, right there for me, and I'm like, every day I get a middle finger from House of Highlights, and they won big time.
You'll never see an emoji from them again.
I never will. My complaint was heard, and my complaint was taken seriously, and I appreciate them for that. Their social media team acted very quickly. The fact that they saw my DM and they were like, I'm gonna
block them.
I struck a nerve with House of Highlights. I really got under their skin with that one.
Well, maybe whoever that saw it, they're the person who does most of that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And they love their use of emojis. And so now you're out there calling them out and they're like, well, now I have to block this kid. He just insulted my life's work with emoticons.
It's possible that that's what drives engagement for them, right? So they have to do it even though they hate it. So I reminded them of their hatred for it even more in that small snippet, and they're like, fuck you.
Do you know the Instagram account Rap? It's just @Rap.
Yeah, I know of it.
So every single fucking post at the end, they have either the double exclamation point emoji or the exclamation point question mark emoji, the red ones.
Oh my God.
Literally at the end.
So overused.
At the end of every single one. And that's something that Jenna noticed. And she was like, holy shit, this is so excessive. It's every single time. And I saw one recently. Fuck, I don't remember what it was about. It was about like the death of somebody.
Mm. Oh
And
no. Oh, it was the guy that just died, right?
King
Yeah.
Von.
King Von. Yeah, yeah, King Von.
It might have been. It might have been him. But I feel it might have been before that. But either way,
Okay. Yeah.
they used like the exclamation point question mark at the end of whatever they said about it. They asked like some question, and I saw that on Twitter.
Oh,
Oh my god, it was so funny. The fact everyone
dude,
was ripping on him.
dude, imagine farming somebody's death for engagement
I
on
know.
on social media. Oh my god. Like what so I would say those two emojis are generally annoying and overused. Are there any other ones like that? Like I think the sideways laughing face, you know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
think that one's annoying. I don't typically, that's a red flag for me personally when I see somebody use that in a text.
Yeah, when I
That I
use that, it's
probably
ironically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I probably don't want to speak to those people if they're using it unironically, which sounds silly, but I think it's justified.
yeah, I use that unironically. Not unironically. I used it ironically
Yeah,
last night. Yeah.
I
Um.
would say that there's that. The skull emoji is kind of like,
Oh,
I
like
feel
I'm
like that's,
dead.
yeah, yeah. Or I feel
I
like the
hate that
skull
term.
emoji is used oftentimes um alone, and I don't like when it's used like just skull emoji and like somebody will quote tweet something and skull emoji and then that's it. That's not a response. That's not a
I
quote.
am big on the okay. So if you're on Twitter, listen to this. If you're on Twitter, please listen to what I'm about to say. And you are someone who quote tweets something with like LMAO or LMFAO, just retweet it.
Dude, oh my
Just
god,
retweet it.
when those tweets get like traction, what the fuck?
Just retweet it.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right on that one. Because
Fuck
it's not
you.
adding anything. It's like
Yeah.
those TikToks, right? It's like those TikToks when there's like a tweet behind them and they're just like,
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
yeah.
It's like I
Wait,
didn't need you to tell me it was funny.
yeah.
Like I can decide on my own. And if you had just retweeted it, I'm sure the message of the tweet I would have gotten, like if it was supposed to be funny, if it was supposed to be anger inducing, if it,
Yeah.
and if I
Yeah.
saw you retweeted it, I can gain that you thought it was funny. And then I can make that like assumption on my own. And then also
Yeah.
make the decision for myself on whether or not I think it's funny.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I think is a funny spiral to fall down to when you're on Twitter is when you see somebody just that retweeted 80 things at once. I'm guilty of that sometimes, but like I saw I saw one of a friend that we both have just retweeted like 12 things and they were all on my time. I was like, why can't I get past this motherfucker's retweets?
It's even worse like on Visco when people like photo dump on Visco and you're just
Oh my
scrolling
god.
for hours.
Dude, Visco is a funny one because Visco over the years has like really become more tame and like become
For
more like
sure.
become like more what it's kind of supposed to be. And I like Visco. Visco's like it has like a cool like general aesthetic, but also there's not much content on there that is for me, I would say.
Right. Yeah, I
I'm not
agree.
exactly the target demo for Visco stuff, but
Yeah.
there's some cool stuff on there sometimes. Like I like seeing how people construct their photos and stuff like that, and I always appreciate stuff like that. And there's something for everybody on there. Oh,
Right.
should we should we mention the fact that the other day there was a Visco account that was found that was using
Yes.
my pictures with it?
Yes, 100%.
Yo guys, so basically the
Crazy
other
story
day,
time.
well, when me and Will were hanging out, this happened before the recording of the last podcast. That's
Yeah,
fun.
it was last Wednesday.
Yeah. So we were sitting in the living room and then Hayden texted to our group chat like 3 different screenshots of my pictures from Visco on somebody else's like random account.
Mm-hmm.
And like they were like innocuous pictures, whatever, but like it was just
One of them
weird.
had me in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
One of them
yeah.
was a picture of the four of us, and then one of them had just you and Braden.
Yes. So then which okay, also kind of insulted me because I thought there were better pictures on that Visco on my Visco that they didn't choose. Like what the fuck? I don't think those were the best pictures, but you know, it is what it is. So
To each their
that
own.
yeah, they posted those like a year or something ago, and then they also had stolen these other pictures from this dude from like South Carolina or something's profile.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like going back and forth about it, and it was just weird. Like it's not even like it was. I don't feel like it's a malicious thing because it's. I don't know. I didn't feel upset or like distraught about it. But I was like scrolling down and I favorited one of them. Immediate block.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about it how if like me being in the position where I am and like being a dude, right? That doesn't quite concern me, which is weird because what you
Yeah.
find that like people like especially women's pictures get used all the time to promote like fake OnlyFans and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out them for not doing that, but it like just kind of shed a light on like how frightening that would be if I was in an entirely different situation.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
wild though.
yeah, yeah.
The other kid that he used, I DM'd him on Instagram. I found
Did
him
he
and
answer?
DM'd him just to like know. That's what I was gonna say, just to let him
Damn.
know. Like he let me follow him and stuff, so like my message is there. But I just
Yeah.
wanted to give him a heads up, be like, yo, your pictures are being used on somebody else's account, just so you know.
Yeah.
And I actually just went on my Instagram. That's why I've been looking at my phone for the last 45 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Is because I went into my messages and I just sent him another message, just like with arrows, like up at what I sent before. I
That's
said,
awesome.
yo, this is going to sound mad crazy, but hear me out. So there's an account on Visco that's just posting pics of you, LMAO. They posted pictures of my friend, but we found it and he deleted all of them except one. Just, I'm just looking out for him.
Yeah, yeah. How would you I don't know how I would react if I just got a DM from like a random dude that lives very much elsewhere. Like that
If
would
they said that to me, I would trust them. I'd be like, what's the at? And then I'd go find it. And if they were telling the truth,
yeah.
which we are,
Yeah.
then, you know,
Dude, maybe that's his Visco actually. Maybe that's his.
that'd be wild because
Yeah.
that he's not using his name if that is his
Yeah.
Visco.
Yeah, cuz the accounts I mean, I might as well. I mean, it doesn't matter if I say it. It's called
Yeah.
Ryan is Cool. So,
Coolio.
Ryan is Coolio. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, using pictures of a kid who isn't Ryan, and
Yeah.
my last name is Ryan. So I wonder if it began as a Cody Ryan Stan account. So
It might have, which
not to blow my
hopefully
own horn.
more of those will exist in the future for us, hopefully.
Oh, dude, if there if there would, I don't know. No, there's no way. If a Stan account were to exist for me or for you, I would feel incredibly uncomfortable and weirded out.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But I hope they happen. That would mean we got
You
to a
know what?
level of,
Of
you know,
podcasting.
yeah.
No, you know what I want? I want deep fake edits like they do for K-pop stars. I want a fan cam but deep faked. That's all I want.
I'm actually next semester taking a radio and podcasting class.
No shit.
Yeah, so
So we got
maybe
to
I'll get
run up these
some
numbers.
tricks and tips
Dude, we
for
need to
us.
run up the numbers for this podcast so you can walk in and be like, "Yo guys, I have
Yeah,
like
actually,
8,000 listeners per week actually."
yeah, actually don't need to take this class, but I will anyways.
Hey guys, actually I'm the teacher now. I am your
Yeah.
professor. I am Professor William Rommel and bow to me.
Yeah, Code Will, heard of it? Yeah, that's me.
Heard of it? Oh, you haven't? Oh, well, I'm not very offended by that
Yeah,
because
well,
that's understandable.
some people have though, so
Yeah,
learn yourself.
yeah, a small smidgen of people have heard of it. So
Fuck
you,
you. Yeah,
fuck
we
you,
have a
buddy.
MeUndies ad.
Yeah. Oh my god, that would be having a MeUndies ad would just be full circle. It'd be amazing.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm,
unless you have anything to add, I have a thought that I want to get into. because we are going to take a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yes.
Don't
ahead.
worry. Don't worry. You're getting your BuzzFeed quiz fill today.
BuzzFeed
Code Will
boys.
listeners. But do you have anything to add to what we were talking about?
Nah, I'm golden, Chief.
All right. So I was sitting watching TV the other night, as one does, just chilling on the couch with the television on. And there was a commercial on, and it was Domino's commercial. And you know how Domino's has those like cars with the oven in the side?
Yes, I do.
How do I acquire one? I would like to own a car with an oven in the side for several reasons.
Okay.
One, I immediately have the coolest car out of anybody I know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Immediately.
Top tier. Yeah.
Second of all, I'm immediately the coolest person at any sort of function I go to.
Yes. You bring
that
just
is
hot things.
Such a good talking point as well.
Oh my God. A conversation starter for the ages.
Yeah. Oh, so, yeah, did you know that I have a car with an oven built into the side? Yeah, I actually brought the pizza that's here tonight in my oven.
So okay, so in this reality, would you then carry pizza out just so that you can put it in your pizza oven car?
Yes,
and then take
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's golden.
Dude, imagine how clutch I would be for us.
That would be tight.
We'd literally never have cold pizza. Like, not that we do in the first place, but I was just gonna say, it's like a guarantee. Like, never.
You could transport, like, okay, so let's say you have a frozen pizza that you very much like, and you need to be somewhere in like 45 minutes. You throw that bad boy in the oven, and then you put it in your oven car, and then you can just drive wherever. It's a perfect solution.
It's so sick. I need one. Dad, Christmas, Domino's oven car. That's what I want.
Keep several rotisserie chickens in your vehicle at all times to hand out to homeless people.
Yes, I could do good deeds.
Yeah. You could do fantastic deeds with that.
I wonder if you like hit any problems though, if like you get in an accident or something.
Oh, that's true.
But they exist. The thing I have to assume they can't be too bad because they exist. Like, they wouldn't let their employees drive them. If they were that bad.
I don't know, because they might have just not found out that they explode yet.
That's fair. But I want one. Real bad. With the Domino's branding on it as well.
Put flames on the side too. Yeah. I want one. Put flames on the side.
Very, very badly. That is something that if we get famous, that's what I want. You
know what? The thing is, in a couple of years, right, when they start recycling out these cars, right, to get new ones, as you do because they run so many miles, you'll probably be able to buy one at auction.
Dude, they're so sick, dude. I want one so bad. You like just instantly have the sickest whip out of anybody.
Oh, dude, think about like driving around for like a date, right? Because I'm a big proponent of going on drives, and I feel like it takes the pressure off of conversation sometimes, especially when you're with someone like a prospective whomstever. Right. So like you could get pizza or get subs or get whatever rotisserie chicken that you want to pull apart with your bare hands, because you're a classic man. Put it in there, go driving around for however long, pull over, watch some airplanes come down at your local whatever airport, and pull apart some chicken while you're sitting there. That's perfect.
Yeah, and I love that. You drove however far you wanted to, and the chicken is still warm.
Yeah. All right. You want to get into that fucking quiz?
Yes.
All right, guys. It's BuzzFeed boys time. It's quiz time. So we have a
the moment you've been waiting for.
We have a would you rather quiz today, and yes, I am doing it on my iPad. I always do them on my iPad. If you haven't noticed by now, I don't know what to tell you. All right. So this would you rather quiz is going to make you feel like you're losing your mind. If you feel the compulsion to quiz along with us, please do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So
we're the Buzzfeed bunch at that
BuzzFeed
point.
The BuzzFeed bunch.
Right?
All right. All right. So the first question, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. So the first question is, would you rather have 1 or 3 nipples?
I think it depends on the placement.
I think it would just be so. Okay. I'm intrigued by that. So
like if I have one nipple, is it going to be center chest? Or is it just like is it like Iron Man nipple?
So I think you can be liberal with the placement, whether you want it one side or the other or in the middle is kind of your choice. If you want a cyclops nipple sort of thing.
Yeah, I think I'll be honest, I think 1 would be an easier explanation to people.
A tragic nipple accident.
Yeah, like 3, like how'd you add 1? How'd you increase your nippleage by 50%?
Okay, so here's the thing. It would be harder to add a nipple than it would be to remove one. So I'm going to take the 3 nipples. And then if I feel like it at some point, I mean, I could get all of them pierced, which would be sick. Or just get the middle one pierced, which would be hilarious. Where would you? Okay, let's say, all right, so both of my nipples here. Would the nipple be here or would the nipple be here where things get softer? Or would it be like wherever?
I'm putting it, I mean, if you said you can be liberal with the placement, I guess it's up to you.
Yeah, I'd say it would be right here in the middle. I think that would
Right, that's what I would say too.
Yeah. Yeah, like
I agree.
That 3 boob woman in whatever movie it was. Do you remember what I'm talking about? That was all over Twitter.
Why do I know what you're talking about?
Is that like an Avatar thing?
I don't know. It might be.
Okay, whatever.
Whatever it has, I've never seen it, but I know the picture you're talking about from Twitter.
Yeah. I'm going 3 nipples, and 55% of people agree with me. So
right, and I went 1, so 45% of people agree with me. That's math.
Would you? And that's how you get the math. So, would you rather have?
That's a shout out to anybody who watched CNN.
Yep.
Over the election place. Yep. And that's his math is.
And that's how you get the math. So, would you rather have green lips or a blue nose? It's green lips.
Yeah, this one's dumb, I think.
Yeah.
Both of these are just
fly.
Well, I guess you could.
Yeah.
A blue nose, it's just like you look cold as fuck.
Yeah, you just look weird forever. There's no plus to having a blue nose. If you have green lips, then you could just like go as Green Lantern for every.
You also like if you really like, a lot of the time, if you just wanted to make them less noticeable, just put your lips inside your mouth.
That's true. I mean, you could also like just wear lipstick.
That too. What the fuck, dude? That's a good point.
Just exist your whole life like.
Yeah, you could just wear like colored lipstick, like the color of your lips.
Dude,
or you could also do that. You could do that thing where you replace your bottom lip with your tongue. You know that trick where you can you make your tongue look like your bottom lip. Yeah, you could do that your whole life.
That looks terrible.
But then you'd have one normal lip and one green lip. But
yeah, I mean, think about this. Like, let's say it's an emerald green. Think about how fresh you'd look in an emerald green tux at that point. You'd kill it in an emerald green suit. So
it's fair. You're like the mask.
Yeah. Oh my God. The Jim Carrey mask?
Yeah.
Yes. The only valid mask. Yeah.
So 76% of people agreed with us there.
Yeah, because it's a fucking no-brainer. If you choose blue nose, yeesh. Yeah. It's going to be the first thing people notice about you. So, would you rather have the power to fly or read minds?
Fly. Easy for me.
Yeah.
Because as cool as reading minds would be, you would learn a lot of things you don't want to know.
Yeah, and also you'd be concerning, especially with people around you. You'd like, if you keep this a secret, I assume, then you'd be hearing in real time what people think of you. And I'm so ignorance is bliss with that sort of thing. I don't quite care, and I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, I 100% agree there. You would find out things you don't want to know.
Yeah.
And flying, think about how much money you could save by going to Australia if you could fly.
$4,000 I could save.
Ooh, this is a close one. It's 51-49. Read minds.
People are too nosy. I think people just want to know everything. You don't want to know everything, guys. Ignorance sometimes is truly bliss, and that's just the fact of things. So, would you rather take a shot of horse semen or human snot?
Human snot.
Yeah, I'm going snot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can really get the idea. Like every time I see a horse, I'd have like a nom flashback.
Yeah.
To knowing what that horse's nut generally tastes like. So I'm gonna take the snot.
Yeah, human snot is, at least it's human, you know? I think that's part of it. It's a human thing, and yeah, to me that's, and people agree with us. 53 to 47% of people
that's really close,
would rather take a shot of. Okay, well,
yeah,
moving on.
I'd like to hear somebody's rationale on that one. To be honest, I don't get that one. So, all right, would you rather sweat maple syrup or cry mayonnaise? By the way, it's syrup, not syrup.
I was actually just gonna say, first of all, it's syrup, not syrup. So there's something we disagree on.
It's so more homesy to say syrup. It's just nice.
Syrup. No. Okay, we'll never agree on that one.
We won't.
So, I would much rather cry mayonnaise.
Yeah.
You sweat much more often than you cry, unless you're my girlfriend Jenna, who has a podcast named Probably Crying because she cries a lot. So plug her podcast that's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anything you want to listen to. So yeah, Cody's holding up his plug right now for his phone.
Big fat plug right there. Big fat plug. Follow our Instagram.
I got a supporter.
Code Will Pod, all that stuff.
Yep. Yeah, follow our Instagram, Code Will Pod. Listen to this podcast, Code Will Pod, if you haven't already, which you are, so you are. And then follow her Instagram, Probably Crying Podcast. Listen to her podcast, Probably Crying. But don't listen to hers and not ours. Listen to both.
Yeah. Occupy your day with this circle. That's what we're going to do. How about that? All right, so I'd say
you sweat much more often than you cry.
Yeah, and like think about it, like if you're playing sports, or even God forbid you're making love and you're sweating, all of a sudden you're sticky, your sheets, oh my God.
Well, here's my one thing with the sport thing you just brought up. I'm still gonna pick crying mayonnaise, but would people guard you? Like, if you're playing basketball,
for them not to.
Yeah, they'd just be like stuck on. They'd just be stuck onto, just latched onto you.
Ugh.
But
yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's definitely crying mayonnaise. You do it less. It's honestly somehow less gross.
Yeah,
that's crying mayonnaise is.
You're crying eggs out of your eyes, which is disgusting.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, I was gonna bring that up.
66% of people would rather sweat maple syrup. Y'all are fucking crazy.
Please, God, tell me that our listeners do not want to sweat maple syrup. That's disgusting.
That's nuts, dude. Oh my God. Fuck that. That's disgusting.
We should put these polls on our Instagram story, and we should ask people.
Yeah, 100%. And then we can get and we can see if our listeners agree with us or not.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah. So, okay. Would you rather run a marathon or fight in a pro boxing match? I'm taking the marathon every fucking time.
Yes, I'm picking the one that has a chance of that doesn't have a chance of killing me. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one.
If Mike Tyson lines up right against your head and he hits you in the temple the right way, you're done forever.
Like, have you ever like been watching football or something and been like, "Wow, that hit would have me out cold." You know what I mean? Like
That
some of the
happened.
hits those
Yeah,
guys take.
that happened with Cam Newton last night, where he was
He
like
took a
standing up
shot.
straight.
He
This
took a.
dude
He got cracked.
did okay when you're if in case folks that listen haven't had to tackle large people in their lives, you do not tackle up here in their chest. You don't. You tackle
Yeah,
them
no.
down. You tackle them. You ready? You break them down at their waist.
It's for the
And then
YouTube watchers.
Yeah, for the YouTube watchers. You
Cody's
break them
giving
down
it
at their waist, go through them, and drive your legs. You do not plaster your erect body against them to bring them down, no matter how far, how big they are and how fast they are. You don't.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how I feel with boxing. Except it's like literally every punch. I'm like, wow, that might kill me.
Yeah. Boom, boom,
It's like,
no.
You hit me in the right spot, I'm done. I don't know how to take hits like that.
Oh yeah.
I haven't run now. Don't get me wrong. Running a marathon, it would take me. I would have to stop for a while, somewhere in the middle. Like it would take me a very long time.
Yeah, it would take you a lot of gummies and a lot of patches on your 3 nipples.
I guess, yeah, or one
nipple. That's right.
I guess okay. Assuming the boxing match doesn't kill me or damage me long term, I would rather do that because obviously it's just a much shorter process.
Yeah. You could get fame. You could get fame and notoriety from that too if you're really chasing that clout.
However, I'm not willing to take the risk. No. I'm not a big guy. I don't know how to take punches either.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no. I'll do
the run a marathon.
And I'll
looks like most people are on the same page as us too.
Put that sticker on the back of your car, the 26.2 sticker.
Yes. Clout. The only bumper sticker we allow.
Yeah.
Throwback to the fucking pilot episode, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah. Wow.
Anybody who's been listening since then, shout out. You got that joke. If you haven't, go back. Listen.
God bless.
Look at the progress. So hot take. I talk about how I hate The Office in that episode. So if you like The Office or you hate it and you want to have one person in the entire universe that has the same opinion as you, head back to the pilot episode. Take a listen.
Hell yeah. So, all right. This one, I don't want to spend too much time on it because it's like a silly question.
Would you rather for me, it's very easy.
Yeah. Would you rather party with Drake or Travis Scott? Drizzy
Scott.
Or Travis Scott?
La Flame.
Yeah. Drizzy or La Flame, boys? Which one you want on Ox?
Yeah.
It's Travis Scott. That's easy. Wow. Yeah, a lot of people pick Drake, dude.
That's so bad. That pissed me off. That made me so fucking mad. Travis is just way cooler.
I don't want Drake's fucking stupid face. Like, you know that face he makes when he's trying to look cool?
Yeah.
I hate that shit. It's so obnoxious, dude.
We can go over the fact that you hate Drake. And I mean, here's the thing. Not right now, we won't go over it, but at another time. No, you don't like him.
Yeah.
I am a fan of Drake, but I'm just take away the fact that I'm a stan and a half of Travis Scott. Take that out of the picture. He's objectively just like cooler. Like, I don't know. Yeah. If you want to say party with, he definitely parties better. Like, that dude is a maniac. That he is a nut.
Out of his mind. Yeah, no, Drake is going to be concerned about his image the entire time. He's going to hold back. He's going to be a weirdo about it. He's not going to dance around at all, really. He's just like going to bob his head around. You know, that's I'm not trying to party with.
So, Travis Scott.
Yeah. All right.
So the voters of that one are fucking wrong, but that's fine.
Yeah, they're absolutely incorrect. Would you rather sleep in a bed filled with someone else's pubes or dried dog piss? It's pubes, man. I'm sorry. It's pubes every time.
Dried dog piss, though?
Dried.
Yeah.
Like, this sheet is crusty with dog piss.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I guess I'd rather have yeah.
Wow, I'll go pick dog piss.
Wow.
I guess we're just scared of other people's genitals, man.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. Like, I'm not I'm not a fan of sleeping in pubes either, but I'm not smelling the piss all night, man.
Oh, speaking of that, I had another thing I wanted to bring up, just quick detour
What a
about
segue.
how,
What a segue.
yeah, about how guys, like, obviously guys, like itch their, you know, genital area or,
Ball.
adjust it all the
Yeah.
time,
All the time, yeah.
strictly just because, okay, if you're a guy, you'll understand because you have to.
Oh, your mic. I'm quick on that shit.
We good?
Yeah.
So if you're a guy, you'll understand, it's something you got to do. Girls, I know that, you don't have them, so you don't understand necessarily why it's done all the time. And trust me, I really do my best not to do it in front of like groups of people because I like, it's just
it's a grotesque thing to do. It's not
right.
exactly acceptable, you know?
However, but I just was thinking like with guys, if it's just guys in a room or just two, like it will just be done all the time and you don't even take notice of it because it's just it's like this mutual understanding that every guy has with every other guy that it's like it's got to happen every once in a while. So it is what it is.
The thing is, there's a skin sac between two of the most mobile things on your body.
Yeah, I would probably say the most mobile because you use
Yeah.
them the most.
Yeah. So like you have to think it requires constant adjusting. It just does. That's the reality of things. Whether
they're not like
you're
it's
a
not like
pocket guy.
yeah, because they're not like uniform.
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
They're speaking of that. Oh my god.
For those
Yeah, okay, there we go.
for those who don't know the construction of testicles.
Yeah,
They're not they don't it's not just like a they move.
Yeah, it's not for the audio for the video listeners. It's not like this. It's not a circle.
Right.
It's oblong.
Sorry to hopefully none of my family is listening to this. I apologize if so.
Yeah.
But one way or another, on to the next. It is would you rather walk up to your boss and say, "Go fuck yourself," or accidentally poop with your microphone on during a Zoom meeting?
I don't know. Because I don't think I'm particularly bothered by either of these because I think bosses that I've had in the past would take the "go fuck yourself" as a joke.
Yeah, exactly. And you'd be fine.
Yeah, but like there's also the chance that
They don't.
ends up horrible and you lose your job. But then also pooping with your microphone on.
It's just your microphone. They didn't say video.
Yeah, hold on. I've got this Adobe update that's like taking up my screen. There we go. Yeah, but yeah, just the microphone. It's not video. Nobody's watching you poop. They're just hearing splooshes.
Yeah, I'd much rather that actually.
Yeah, that could be coming from anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, so you're
Dang.
fine. Yeah, I'm
most people don't agree
because they're not thinking it through, dude. They don't.
That's true. We're smarter than
we're just
everyone.
We're just smart boys.
You want to get smarter? Continue listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the span of your life, you're going to learn a lot of stuff.
Okay. Would you rather go on a date with Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion?
I'm taken. Sorry, ladies. Sorry, Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. Can't answer that question.
I
know the two of you are clamoring.
Coming after some Will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not available.
I think I'd go Meg. Cause
Cardi B just is obnoxious to me. Yeah, I don't think Megan Thee Stallion is obnoxious. Yeah,
I don't know if I could match the energy level of Cardi B. Like, I'm not one that thinks she is obnoxious sometimes. She goes over the top, but I mean that's just her personality, you know.
She's also a terrible person. But that's okay.
I don't know the backing for saying she's a terrible person.
She admitted to drugging guys and taking their money.
Yeah. That she's taking what's owed.
She
Quite
actually
frankly.
flaunted that. She actually.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough.
So,
I think honestly that I think I I think I probably have a good conversation with either of them because Cardi has some wild stories that I would love to hear, and then Meg probably has like less out there wild stories, but Meg probably is pretty good in conversation. She's I take Meg as she's very smart and she knows exactly what the fuck she's doing with everything she does. You
I
know what I
think you're
mean?
right there. I think you're right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, Meg and like also Meg strikes me as the person that would like pay. Like she'd be like, "Nah, I'm paying for all this shit."
Well,
I'd be like,
Cardi
"Okay."
B. Cardi B's like a sucker for material things.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not
Like Offset
yeah.
just buys her back every time they break up, which is kind of abusive by him.
Oh, it's so like we like manipulative and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, to just be like, "Hey, here's a material thing. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And like that's not cool. But
Yeah.
they operate on a different plane than the rest of us, to be honest with you. The
That
rich
is
people
true.
rich people are fucking different, man. Rich people are just, especially new money rich people are just different, man.
Yeah.
So all right, so I'm gonna go Meg. Let's see how people answered. People answered mainly Cardi. I don't get that.
Yeah, apparently we're just wrong, but
Yeah,
it's actually other people are wrong, so it's fine.
yeah. No, we know that. So all right. This one is silly. Would you rather live? Would you rather have to relive 2020 times over or never find love? Come
To
on,
me, it's quite obviously relive
it's
2020 times over. Like
it's fucking easy, bro.
it hasn't even
To
been that bad. Like it's
to
been
never
bad, but like
find. I will say, mental health wise, this has been like the worst year on record
oh
for
yeah,
me since
yeah,
like
one
yeah
hundred percent. Me too. Me too.
yeah. One of the worst years on record, but
Top two.
I will gladly take. By the way, you get to like live extra times, like extra time, right?
Yeah,
You have more life that you live, and assuming
more
you like
life.
happen, yeah, more life. Assuming you like know like what happened every time, then you're 5 years more wise, 5 years more mature, 5 years smarter. I'll take it.
And you have the opportunity of finding love. I mean,
Yeah. Who would give up love for like not living like a pretty bad year? Love
yeah,
forever.
yeah. It's just imagine like the mental state you could go into if you never found love. Like you want to talk about long-term effects. Good Lord.
Mhm.
Like who
Oh,
cares about
okay. You
living through
know how we were
2025 times? But
Yeah, you're right. You know how we were talking about you can't really understand people that pick sweat maple syrup?
yeah,
In the comments, somebody goes, "Sweat on your pancakes, you're absolutely set. Just go exercise and use pancakes as sweat towels that are tasty for free." Honestly, I kind of fuck with that.
I was actually going to bring something like that up. I was going to say you could like use the maple syrup,
Yeah, yeah.
but you could say the same thing about mayo though. Like I don't like mayo, but you could just you're making a sandwich. I don't know, cut some onions
Oh,
and
that's
then
true.
you
You
know,
could sell both of those things. That would be like you could sell those in a jar for
holy shit.
insane amounts of money.
That's hmm.
You can
At that
capitalize off that
point,
big time.
sweating maple syrup might be more economically smart.
Yeah, I think we might have to change our answers here. I mean, you'd be really sticky, but also,
You could
you could
make a
live sticky.
bag.
Yeah, you can make like all of the bags.
Oh, imagine like you know how sometimes you just like wake up sweaty, like in the
Oh, you
middle.
just entwined with
Oh,
your sheets. And imagine, so instead of like you relive 2020 so many times over, but you chose the maple syrup and you
yeah,
found love, and you just wake up next to them and they're like stuck to you.
yeah. Oh man, this is
Yeah, no.
And then it would get all like crystallized and stuff if you.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine if you like were just sweating on your forehead, you know, or something. You just had maple syrup running down your forehead. You'd get crazy acne. Fuck it. No. Yeah, no.
No.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, no.
yeah, fully against.
It's
We've
mayo.
gone back. It's a roller coaster on this
Yeah, it's
question.
mayo. Sell vials of mayo for hundreds
Yeah.
of dollars because they were
Yeah.
produced by Mayo Eyes, and that'll never happen again.
Yeah.
Let me look at some other of the comments. Yeah, yeah, no, that was the best one. Yeah. All right.
Well, I think
yeah.
that might be a decent place to wrap it, unless you have anything else you want to talk about.
Oh, it's 4:07. Wow. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We have a really good amount of content here. Wow. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm good. Yeah. We can end the podcast there. That's perfect.
I know you guys are sad that we're ending it. I know you wish this podcast went for 24 hours a day, but
yeah, I know.
Believe it or not, we do have lives to live.
Yeah, I wish I know you guys wish that we would do something like what's that movie with Jim Carrey? I just watched it the other week. The Norman Show.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yes. Yeah, I know the Truman Show. The Truman Show.
Truman.
I know. Yeah, I know.
It's
you
like
guys wish...
like Groundhog Day.
No, Truman Show is his entire life. He is being filmed on a TV show, and everybody that he knows are actors. And he's like in this huge TV set that's like the size of a city. It's nuts. Gotcha. You should totally watch it. But yeah, I know you guys wish that that it was like the Truman Show and you could watch us 24 hours a day. But quite frankly, we're just going to give you this little snippet every week. So you got to be happy with that. So
have you ever thought about that? Like real quick, that like the people you think you know, like you actually have no idea who they, like 100%. Meaning like people on like social media and stuff. Like there are people like if there's people that we don't know that listen to this, they might think they have a decent idea, but then they might, but they probably don't.
Yeah. Well, they have a rough idea in a certain setting how we are, but they don't have any idea what we're like in different settings. Like
yeah, exactly.
Like for example, I know when I go on drives, my stream of consciousness is nuts, and I wish I could do the podcast with me just recording it while I was on a drive, but that's not realistic. That's just when I have the best ideas and the best thoughts. So
one day that could play.
That could play just us in a
car. Take a drive and just leave a microphone in the car.
Yeah, that might not be bad, and the acoustics wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah. We might have to think about that.
All right, cool. We could play some music in the back. In the back. All right. So that's it for the 11th Code Will Pod. We appreciate you guys listening and watching, and see you again soon.
Yep. Subscribe, follow the Instagram Code Will Pod, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.